fine.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's good, man? Y'all know who this is. You know who we are. Stop playing, man. It's the Passive Podcast, episode 47. We're talking about good and bad investments. But first, let me introduce my panel. I'm Marquis Walker, a.k.a. Mr. Get Out of Debt for this show. Juan, a.k.a. Big Sexy, Chuck, Big Chuck, and Beth of All Trades. How you guys doing? What's up, Juan? Chuck?
I'm doing good, man. Just enjoying.
I'm straight, man. I'm straight.
What's going on? Everything all right? I got some news for us, man. Episode 47. We almost up to 50, man. This is crazy. And thank you, Beth, for joining us again. She might as well be a co-host. She's like a cow-house. She's like a, you know what I'm saying? So what's going on? Anybody got any fact checker news? I didn't write anything down, so we can just freestyle. Let's start with Beth. You got anything?
Happy Grandparents' Day.
What's that?
Damn.
That's called drinking too much spicy ginger beer. I got ginger beer in my cup.
Oh, but I say like, no, what's
shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Day?
Yeah, but you know, happy Grandparents' Day to all our grandparents out here. You know, I love mine. Mine gave me the love of cooking. Layla did. And I miss you. I love you. Rest in peace, Layla.
Yeah, you know, people you got COVID, dog.
You got to cut back on that strong ginger beer.
Oh, I'm paranoid. I had 2 masks on to go to the Whole Foods today and to Sweet Green. 2 masks, not 1 but 2. I don't mess around with the roll.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Guys, what you guys got, man? She got. That was a good day. I didn't know that was a day. You know, there's so many days. You on a calendar. You ever look at calendars and it's like toe jam.
That's what
day.
you do when you're a businesswoman. You got to connect with, you know, your business fam. And
well, yeah, that works too. You know, especially if you're in business, and that's, you know, that's a good life lesson too. Because if you're in business to sell or do whatever, or the network, you got to know these holidays and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at the calendar. I just take it day by day.
There you go, Juan. Chuck, you got something, right? What you got, Chuck?
No. I was just what I read yesterday. California, they're trying to pass a law, a stealthing law, whereas that's when, you know, guys pull the condom off during, you know, in the middle of sex and their partner's not aware of it. They're trying to make it illegal. It's basically civil in civil court and whatnot, excuse me. But I mean, that's going towards the women, the victims, or even if you know, guys doing that. That's something I seen, and I mean, that's you hear a lot about it in high school, college, you know, early 20s, early manhood and whatnot. I think it should be a law because I mean, you know, prevent yourself from unwanted STDs, unwanted pregnancies. You're not sitting in the courts because you wanted to raw dog it, and she didn't. So,
my question to you is this, Chuck: that's also applied to the women, like some of these women that go after these athletes and pull off the protection to try to, you know, have a child.
Sabotage the condom on.
Here's my thing: how do you not notice somebody's pulling? If you're a man, that thing is secure so it doesn't fall off. How do you not notice that somebody's pulling it off? Now, I can see if you poking holes in it, that's different. But how are you not paying attention to that?
That's what I'm saying.
Because brothers is trying to slide in between them thighs.
Nah, you know when someone, if you're a man and let's say,
I mean, it's like this. I'm not
talking about like if we're talking about oral, you know when somebody takes that rubber off, and even when I've engaged in coitus, I've checked because sometimes you never know. Trust but verify. I be looking. Yeah, better make sure you got that on because I don't play around with that crap.
That's understandable.
But you know, the double-sided sword to that question, you know, is how about either person is under the influence, you know? That plays a
well,
big
you
factor
have
too.
you're right. Actually, you're correct about that, Big Sexy. Thanks for correcting me. I appreciate it because you're right. If you're drunk or you're a man, you might not notice that they took it off. You're high. Also, I give you that.
Or the woman, it could be the woman. She could be under the influence and she might not check and take the man's word. It's you know, for either or partner.
I wouldn't use the word high unless you're talking about certain drugs. I don't think marijuana has any circumstance to make you forget to take a condom off or do anything.
Well, they're lacing some of the marijuana with fentanyl.
You're in full control pretty much if you know what you're smoking. Like, you don't be smoking like crazy stuff. Don't lace it. But if you're doing coke or crack or something, yeah, you probably can't control yourself. Usually drinking. Drink is the cause of this stuff. I thought you were talking about Texas earlier, Chuck, when you were talking about that stuff.
No. That was California.
Okay.
Nah, that was California. Texas, I mean, they were in their own. I mean, that's the way I see it. They don't even want to be a part of the United States, tell you the truth, man, because some of these, these laws that they're trying to pass and bills and shit. I mean, like, okay, what's up with that?
Yeah.
But that's another day. That's another day.
Yeah, it's another day. We got to get into it. But my news is, of course, football season, man. Football season started. You know what I'm saying? This is my own number. It's my own shirt. I personalized it. Marquise on the back.
That's your shower curtain, man. You just put some pins.
Yo, this thing's big. I remember when I bought it.
Sit your ass down.
Dude, I had mad weight. I remember I was bigger. Now this thing's mad loose. It is like a curtain on me now. It's like a.
No, I haven't broken out none of my jerseys yet. Mine's is in the closet. Mine's are still hanging up.
Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, we're not getting into the show, man. Anything else? Any more news before we get into the show?
I don't have nothing.
Anybody?
It's football season, like you said.
That extra $300 a week unemployment ended.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that real quick because I don't think I have that. That's It falls into this subject. So I want to start it off, Beth, with that. What do you think about that? I'm gonna take this shirt off. It's hot.
I really think it's a travesty because most of the red states that were run by Republican governments, they ended it even earlier in the summertime. But blue states, the governors could have elected to continue with unemployment. However, my thing is this wave of COVID is the worst wave yet. And still, people are financially struggling. They ended the eviction moratoriums. People are applying for these jobs. And I know people applying for jobs. I'm applying for contract jobs so I get my 1099. And then you see, 25 people applying for the same job as you. Or you never hear back from an employer. But these same employers talk about nobody wants to work. Really?
They do say that though. But what do you? I mean, they can't speak for the world. It's probably like a minority, of course, that don't want to work. That they're used to getting these checks and used to getting this money. But besides that, I think there are some people that don't. They got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But what are you guys thinking about? One, give me your ideas on this subject, man. This is crazy. The check. I don't know if you want to talk about this. The checks are running out. There's no more welfare money, whatever you want to call it. What's going on? What's going to happen to the America?
Well, to me, it's like this. A lot of people. I look just around my neighborhood. A lot of people got comfortable throwing away old furniture, getting new furniture and stuff instead of saving because they know sooner or later this is going to end. And instead of them applying for some of these jobs earlier, they want to wait till. Uncle Sam said that's enough, no more checks. So, in a way, I don't feel bad. It's like if you're an able body, they want to wait till you can find a way to go out there and work. There's plenty, I've seen from my side, I've seen a lot of individuals from my job leave my job to other jobs before the checks ran out because they seen before all these checks run out, there's so many openings, I'm going to take full advantage of it. And a lot of them increased their annual income by 20, 30, 40 grand.
Yo, I could say this too. A lot of people don't want to go back to work because, COVID's still out here and it's killing us and people aren't wearing their masks. I mean, I will give employers this. I will have to give them this. They have raised their wages that they were paying people. I know in Massachusetts, $16, even $20 an hour. So you're still making out because if you was getting that extra 300, you're making 600, a little under 600 a week. So they have raised the bar. Let's say you're making $20 an hour, 40 hours a week, that's $800. However, a lot of people have gotten used to working from home. I don't want to be in an office where I got to be around someone that's not vaccinated, that doesn't want to wear their mask, that doesn't respect your personal space. And we, as people of color, Black people are the #1 ethnic group that said they don't want to go back to work because they're sick of the racism, they're sick of the microaggressions, and they're sick of the office politics. There was a job, they're steady looking. I'd be perfect for this job. I got my OSHA 30, I got the experience. But there's no way in hell I'm going to go from Dedham to Lowell every freaking day, 5 days a week, when I could do that job from home. And then you wonder why you can't find nobody.
True.
And so I think that's also another issue. I'm not trying to put I'm not trying to get involved. I don't want to be sucked into that vortex again. I've dealt with racist, microaggressive corporate America. And, and I think for people of color, we don't want to go back to that. So I think more employers need to offer remote work, remote positions.
Are you serious? Like, here's my thing. Like, prior to the pandemic, Beth, we can get into it real quick. I really believe that people should just get back to work. You was working before. I don't care if you was traveling 20 miles. You was working before.
I'm working before, but I was working remotely.
Wait. I get the remotely thing is great to do it, and it's less risky to catch COVID and stuff. But if you're essential, you need to actually be at work. This is my point. If you have to actually be there physically, yes. If you don't, yes, you can work remotely. They should have been doing that. You know what I mean? Like prior to COVID and prior to this stuff, if you could work from home, why not? You know what I mean? Maybe that's why that's probably where the world's going. It's going online and all this other stuff. Some jobs are staying that way. I get that, but at the end of the day, if you're essential and you actually need to physically be there, and you can protect yourself by wearing a mask and whatever else you think you need.
But you have a 25% chance of contracting COVID through the eyes. You see what I'm saying?
Through the eyes?
Through the eyes. You can get the virus through your eyes.
Looking at somebody? What do you mean through the eyes?
There are microscopic viral particles. Your eyes, if your nose and your mouth are covered, what's the only other appendage that's open that can access your body? Your eyes. And you got it.
So you mean like, so if somebody spits in your eye or something, you're saying?
No, these are microscopic particles. You don't have to wear mask anymore in the state of Massachusetts. I was just with someone, he's not vaccinated. We were right in Legacy Place. It says right on the door, wear a mask if you're not vaccinated. Did he put on his freaking mask? No. So you got to deal with these mask holes that didn't get vaccinated.
Mask holes.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that term. But did you see, like, speaking of football starting early, starting today, they showed the stadium today, the Patriots, and if anyone did have a mask on, it was pulled down. And when I said anyone, it was probably like 1% of the crowd had a mask, but it was pulled down. It was just kind of like chilling.
But it's outdoors, though. That's totally different than indoors.
Right. I mean, when I say close, you know how close these seats are? I'm rubbing Warren's shoulder, Chuck's shoulder.
I went to the Red Sox game last week.
You ain't rubbing my damn shoulder. Let me tell you that.
I was at a Red Sox game last week.
You get the hell away from me.
I was at a Red Sox game last week.
Chuck.
I had my mask on. Everybody around me, I know, is vaccinated, but I still put my mask on. I only took it off to eat and drink my stuff, and then I put my mask back on.
Yeah.
But I'm out there in the open. Yeah, there's like an enclosed suite, but other people were sitting in there. I had my mask on. I went into the suite, got what I wanted to drink. The person served me, and then I went back outside to the box. So it's a lot safer than being inside a Whole Foods where the whole area is enclosed,
Okay.
So it's a lot harder to catch COVID at an outdoor space than an indoor space. The person I was sitting next to is vaccinated. You know what I mean? Everybody was vaccinated.
I think we're so programmed to be Americanized that we still want that freedom that I can do whatever I want, even though they control us mentally. You know what I'm saying? So through TV and other sources, you know what I'm saying, through the military, whatever how they control us and police. But you know what I mean? So, but I believe that
You should take it. You can take yourself out of that situation.
That's it. Yeah, but if you're gonna go back to work, just be safe. I've been back to work since.
Then you need to make sure you have goggles that cover your eyes. If you really want to be safe, make sure you have the mask over your nose and mouth. I recommend a NIOSH N95 with the respirator with the filter, so it doesn't fog up your glasses if you wear glasses. And I recommend you getting goggles if you really want to be 100% safe. If you have no choice, protect yourself.
Okay. Anybody else?
Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. So let's say a lot of people do want to work remotely. So now if I'm a big company, why would I hire an American when I could put, if it's going remotely and I send it overseas where I could pay a fraction of what I got to pay Americans? That's the downfall if we go too much remotely.
Well, no, because they don't know the culture. They do not know the culture. Another issue with sourcing work overseas is unless you have an international patent, let's say you apply for that ish in China, they could just steal your stuff, which is what they do. It's happened to someone I know.
Oh yeah, if you don't,
you have to get an international patent.
Yeah, international. Yeah. That's the funny thing too. Like
and then you can't make them sign NDAs because they're outsourcing it, so they don't have employees. Because you're not an employee legally, you only have to sign a non-disclosure agreement if you're an employee. And if you're one of these tech companies, we have a lot of biotech companies in Massachusetts, especially in Waltham and Burlington. You're not going to risk that. They don't understand the culture. They don't understand the mindset, and they don't understand the mentality. So that's one of the numerous reasons why you wouldn't outsource that job overseas. Certain things you just can't outsource.
Well, that's what you think.
I want to piggyback off of what Beth was saying.
What happened, Chuck?
Go ahead, Red. Go ahead. No.
I'm just saying.
You.
I say, that sounds great and dandy.
That's why they
I'm a big company.
for people from Asia.
Please.
I'll send an American over there and show them how we do things here. And think about it. I use the phone. It's not a big thing, but a lot of times when you call your phone company, you have somebody internationally speaking to you from a different country. But what's to say that you can't send an American and teach them, hey, for this company, this is the way we want it run. We will never know, especially someone who speaks perfectly good English. You won't even know that company's being outsourced. It's outside the U.S.
Yeah, you do, because I asked. And let me tell you something. Like I said, if you have trade secrets, and that's why I said there's only a certain stuff that you can outsource. I'm trying to tell you. That's why these big biotech companies will sponsor someone from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, or China, because they know if they outsource that big job over there, they're going to steal their ish. I'm developing a green financial technology app. There's no way in heck. Yeah, I could probably save some money on Fiverr outsourcing the development of my app, but I know that they probably going to steal it. So why would I do that? No, I'm going to stick to America, hire someone and get my NDAs, get my trademarks and cover my behind.
Are you going through a lawyer, Beth?
Definitely, of course.
Okay. Hey, Chuck, what you was...
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback off of what Beth was saying as far as working in the workplace. I mean, employers in the workplace. I work for a university, right, which is basically in a bio company. We have international students, and I mean, a lot of these students are Asian, from the Asian countries, Pakistan, Africa, and stuff like that. And a lot of these folks now. I'm not just saying their culture is totally different than ours, because I mean, you go into the bathroom while washing your hands. Folks is walking around, fucking second knuckle deep up in their nostrils. They want to touch every fucking thing around. Excuse me. No. I'm just saying. Excuse me. No, but I'm just saying. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for being. I'm sorry for being vague. But I mean. In order for me to get into my building every day for work, I have to go on my phone and do an app to verify that, I'm clear, I don't have any issues or anything like that. And if I don't do that, my badge doesn't even open the damn door to the to the bathroom. the building where the bathroom is, once I get off the train and stuff. It's crazy. And another thing, like these jobs there, like when you're applying for these jobs, sometimes, they want you to be vaccinated or whatever, right? A lot of these jobs, they'll tell you, like me, for instance, now, I have a computer background, but I also worked in a biotech for the last 12 years. Their first thing is, you're not qualified to for the simplest job. Say, for instance, a glass wash. A glass wash is you go around, you pick up all the dirty glassware in the laboratory, round it up, put it in an autoclave, put the detergent and hit the button and walk away for about 3 hours while the stuff is clean. They told me I wasn't qualified for that.
What?
And, at my company, the company I work for now. So, that's fine. Okay. So I got hired for another position as a coordinator, which is higher than a glass wash, right? Like I said, I've been on my company 12 years. The two managers that told me I wasn't qualified, I'm just saying, the two managers that told me I wasn't qualified, one's still with the company, the other one still is not with the company. To this day, the one that manager that's still with the company, he's always asking me, "Oh, Charles, can you go to so and so and show them how how do you run the system? How do you run place to buy become one of the buyers and stuff?" And I'm just saying, I have it in the back of my head. Aren't you the same dude that told me I wasn't qualified to be a damn glass wash? I'm not.
And that's what I would tell them. That's what my little smart ass would say.
But the thing about it is, right
according to you, I'm not qualified to operate this equipment. So please find someone who is. I don't want to be.
But the thing about it is, they send folks to me. They send folks to me to train, and I had with two instances. One guy, he became the supervisor, my supervisor. And he wanted to tell me how to train.
Right there, shots fired.
No, listen, no.
Don't get fired. You're telling a lot of information. That's all I'm saying.
No, I don't say the name of the company, but I'm just saying.
We didn't start the show yet, so just.
Hey, but I'm just saying. I mean, one person became my supervisor, the other one became a manager, and you're gonna call and tell me how to train somebody, but yet I'm the one that showed you how to do it. But then when you F up, you want to call me. "Oh, Charles, can you tell me?" Nah, I'm sorry, that's not my job. Remember, you didn't hire me to be a trainer. I did that out of kindness of my heart.
Do they do training fees? Training fees?
Like I said, huh?
Do they?
They no damn training fee.
Oh,
hell no.
I mean, they do that in the hospitals if you train people.
Well, they don't do it in my company. But another thing, as far as like working remote, like Marquis said, some of us, we have to, you physically have to be at the job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say for instance, like for me, for instance, I have to see what the labs need, what they need as far as equipment, supplies, chemicals, and stuff like that. I wish I could sit at home and do it, but I can't.
Why can't they develop a form where they check it off?
Or just a system that it delete when it deletes.
Yeah.
It tells you by the computer, and you can do it by the computer.
And it takes inventory. They have systems to address those.
Yeah, inventory. Inventory place.
I know. But you're talking about eggheads with no common sense.
All right, guys, let's get into the Passive Podcast, episode 47. I know we already started, but with topics that wasn't on the list. But let's get into the stuff that's been on the list. What I wanted to talk about first, and thanks for joining y'all. I know it's football season. Got these two dudes still looking at the TV. I can see y'all. You know what I'm saying? Good and bad investments.
I'm not looking at TV. What are you talking about?
I know what it is.
No, actually, I'm trying to get the light. If you see it glaring from my phone, trying to get it from glaring at it.
My first question is, and I start with Beth. You got out of debt. How'd you get out of debt? And then we'll go from do Chuck and then Juan.
Donald Trump did. I filed that bankruptcy. That's how I got the hell up out of debt. And it was the best decision I ever made. My credit score
for bankruptcy. They kind of changed those rules and regulations so you can't make out because a lot of people were doing it. No,
that's what they tell you. I mean,
11 or 13. What you file?
I believe chapter 11.
Okay.
My credit score went up after it was discharged. It took about a year to get discharged. And this is actually, I think it was discharged. And all three of my credit scores are over 700 now. It hasn't even been, it's been a little over a year. I could buy a house, you know, but I looked at it. It was just a numbers thing to me. I did some investments in my business.
Looking for the dependent?
He's stupid.
You looking for a dependent?
Looking for a dependent? Don't you got like 2 kids?
Hey, I'm potty trained.
And a wife, yeah, exactly.
Hey,
you
man,
know, you got some dependents.
What are you talking about right now? Hey, stop blowing up my spot.
Hey.
I didn't say nothing about the wifey. He did.
No, go ahead.
Hey, Chuck, are you next? How'd you get out of debt?
I'm just joking.
How'd you get out of debt? Are you in debt still, or I didn't even ask that part?
How I got out of debt? Tell you the truth, man. No. How I got out of debt, man. Like I like to go on YouTube, and I see a lot of these videos. But it was one guy, Chris Hogan. I think he's part of the Dave Ramsey thing or something like that. Was it Everyday Millionaire thing? I started listening to his to Chris Hogan talking about it, and he said doing the baby steps. So that's how I basically got myself out of debt. I paid off my student loan. Then I, tackled my credit card, which wasn't that much, and that was the only debt I had.
Okay, Juan, you in debt? Juan, you're not in debt, are you?
Oh no. Prior to me being free, aka divorced, Marquise, you've seen some of my financial headaches that I went through. You know what I mean? You was there. So when I was married, I was like a roller coaster, up and down, up and down. But when I got divorced, I did it the old-fashioned way. I just paid more attention to my money, paid off what I owed, and now my credit, I would show my information here, but I'm over close to 800 now. But I did
congratulations.
But I always had decent credit. Tried to again. It was difficult. I'm not gonna say it was easy, but I just did it the old-fashioned way. I went out there, hustle any way I could legally. Let's get that correct. When people hear the word hustle, they think it's illegally. Legally.
I did. I'm like, what were you doing? No, I'm kidding.
And just paid off everything. I one time I had 15 credit cards.
15?
Damn.
You got no 15 credit cards, man.
I have 15.
That's excellent.
15, you want 15 credit cards, Beth? What are you talking about?
With under a 10% utilization rate.
Oh, I was say. I thought you were saying 10, like they just in debt. You in debt, like you over the limit 10 with 15 of them. I'm like, what?
Yeah, so I paid them all off and cut them all off, and I only got one. You know what I mean? So I'm good right now. So I'm actually in a great place right now.
Okay, I was say, damn. Well, I mean, like just for me, some of the things I did. I did a lot of things. I got organized. You make a list and you get out of debt. You gotta write it down on paper. Figure out what's going on with your expenses and your what your income's coming in, what's coming in. What else I said? Interest rates and payment plans. You will only be in debt shortly. So I just want to emphasize that, because a lot of people think I'm being in debt forever. Oh, I'm gonna whatever. Like it might take a little bit more time if you owe it, depending on how much money you got and what your hustles are, what your legal hustles are, to get out of debt. But at the same time, it will happen. It can happen to you. It can happen to anybody. It happened to all four of us. We are out of debt, and that's a great thing. We might have a little bit of credit thing here and there, but we do it because of keeping good credit. Like create a plan and stick to it, man. Create an emergency plan. I mean, you don't have to do $1,000 like everybody says. You can do 500. Maybe if you got a bigger family, you might want to do more money for the emergency account if you got kids and stuff like that. But that's some of the things I did to get out of debt, and it worked for me, man. So anything you guys did, Beth?
Another thing I should say, call your credit card companies and ask them to increase your limit, because it will lower your utilization rate. Apply for new credit cards with a 0% interest rate. Some of them will give you up to 1.5 years and roll that debt over, because then you can snowball it and pay it off quicker. So that's also another little secret as well too.
Yep. Anybody else got any credit card secrets you can reduce your credit?
Go ahead, Beth.
One real quick too. So if you know somebody that has excellent credit and a low utilization rate under 10%, ask them to make you an authorized user. And some people make money. Now, okay.
Juan, where you at?
That's another thing. You can make money off of that, you know?
Yeah.
Put your kids, if you have good credit, on there too, you know, so they could build a credit history and build their A+ credit as well.
Well, I agree with Beth on that part. I do have my daughter on my credit, so her credit's building up good too. And I taught her what not to do, what was my mistakes, my error, so she don't make them neither. And believe it or not, she's doing better at this age than I was at her age. Of course, we didn't have the right guidance at that time, you know, unfortunately. But she actually, you know, that little knucklehead might have better credit better than me. I'm gonna have to break a kneecap.
Of course, and that's what it's about, Juan, man. Appreciate you teaching her that at this age, you know, you're younger. I did the same thing with my daughter, man. You got to teach your kids about money early. I don't care if they in the womb. Start talking to them in the belly, man. Talk to them about money and the difference between $1 and $1 and $1 million, man, and how to get it, and how to not to work hard and sweat and kill yourself to get it, and how to, you know, maneuver well in this world. So those are like key things that you got to do, man. So
yeah, you know, I also got to thank a lot of people along my life, along the way, you know, like you guys and other people prior, that what information they learned, they passed it on, which is what I'm doing now. Everything that y'all speak of, I take some and sprinkle it down to her, so it keeps going down for generations. So hopefully no more of our generation will be put in a bad situation because of no advice at all.
It's like generational learning will equal generational wealth eventually, you know what I'm saying? So once you learn by all the mistakes and things that you've done, and just learn. And when you learn, some teach. That's why one of the reasons I did this podcast, you know that. That's why we do it. We teach every day. We try to, if we learn, that's why I have people like Beth on or others, and I try to get this information out there because I want to learn myself, because I'm not done learning either. And I want to, like, even though, you know, I want to get this information out there. It's just so important. Just so important.
Well, you know,
one thing, man, you know, not trying to keep up with the Joneses is one of my philosophies, man. Like with my nephews and even my two boys, now they see the clothes and stuff that I wear, like my shoes. You know, I got Jordans, I got Air Forces, I got my Adidas Torsions and whatnot. And you know, they always ask, how come it look like you got new shoes? Because I'm dog my stuff out, right? A lot, you know, it's like this a lot. Like say for instance, my football jersey. My football jerseys are older than my 12-year-old son. And, you know, I don't dog my clothes out. And, you know, if I see a deal, I don't care what name's on my pants. I can give two shits. As long as the pants are clean and pressed and look presentable, I'll throw them on. Long as they fit me right, not snug.
Shout out to the people in the chat. Serious. Real quick, Chuck. Shout out to the people in the chat. Vintage Sounds is Patrick. Basically, Pat Miller, he's a artist that I just recently interviewed. Vintage 87 Sounds is his music label. So shout out to Vintage 87. Shout out to my lady, Melanie. She want to kill me. I always call her myself. I always call her one of my bosses. I call her my boss's name.
Dude, you know you effing up, right, man? You messing up.
I ain't messing up. Not if you got that person's constantly on your mind because they're stressing you out. So you eventually, and they got the same M's or something, like similar names.
Okay,
but
keep telling yourself that
it happens. So I don't care. I'm human. But that was a good one, Chuck. Juan, you got anything before we switch to y'all subject?
No, I mean, I'm grateful that, especially, you know, with you and Beth of knowledge, you know, sharing it here, because I listen to all this stuff, and believe it or not, my daughter, I don't know why she don't say something, but she did. She has watched all our episodes, and she's you know, I think Beth is a bad influence on her because she thinks she knows it all now. So, you know, Daddy has to check her sometimes. So Beth, you know, I know woman empowerment and all. Calm down a little bit over there, though. You know.
Nope. Keep going, Beth. Keep going strong, Beth. You know we love that.
Yeah,
they gotta talk me choke out my kid. I'm just joking.
Beth is actually texting at the same time. Great advice, Melanie. A trick is to link a bill you have to pay anyways, like a cell phone, internet bill, insurance bill, etc. Choose cards that will earn you cash back and travel rewards. That's perfect advice. for credit cards and stuff like that. Because I know somebody that does it for flight mileage all the time, and they are constantly flying everywhere because they're getting all these free tickets and stuff to go places, man. So second subject, man, investing in gold and jewelry. Are you good? Are they good or bad investments? Who wants to take this? Juan or Chuck? Who wants to start it off?
I'll start it off.
Let Red start it off. Let Red start it off.
The reason I want to talk about this, I see a lot of these mostly inner city individuals who make it, especially athletes, and they're not guided right in investment, especially in entertainment and jewelry. Like they'll get a watch that'll go up in value, and they don't understand that if you put diamonds in it, it actually decreases the value on it. You know, I love watches. I'm not a big watch collector. Like, so I know a couple people that are. And some people say, well, that's a bad investment. I said, no, because depending on which style of watch, it will go up, increase in value. Also with jewelry, not diamonds. I tell people, not diamonds. The reason jewelry, it depends on the metal, which could be gold, platinum, silver, especially, what's the other metal? Palladium, PD, which is even rarer than platinum, or go up. It's not the diamonds in it. People understand diamonds. There's a ton of diamonds. It's just really one major company distributor that has almost full control of it, and they release so many at a time because they know it'll decrease the value of diamonds. And I think we should educate our inner city people when they see these quote unquote rappers, R&B singers, athletes, bling bling, and that's not the right way to invest in jewelry. What do y'all think?
I agree with you. Most of my jewelry is costume jewelry. I got a little smartwatch. That's basically it. I wasn't trying to pay Fitbit prices. I was like, hell no. Get a little $30 watch at my aunt Linda. Shout out to you, Tia Linda, Ocean State Job Lot. I'm telling you. But I think silver, gold, and all those other precious metals are good investments. If you can't afford gold, silver is, more easier to access, a lot less expensive. But you have to diversify your investments.
Chuck?
Okay, all right. As far as like she said, diversifying your investments. That's a major thing. If you want to buy jewelry and stuff, why not buy the precious metals? I mean, I have stock in gold. Do I wear it? Other than my wedding band and my watch, not really. I wear my watch rarely, but my wedding band is the one I wear the most. It's like this, man. I mean, you're going out, you're spending all this money on this jewelry. Sometimes, like Beth said, it's costume jewelry, but these musicians and athletes, they're going out putting house notes on jewelry just to walk around to become a target for somebody out in the street, because you're going to go to the nightclub. You go to the strip joints. You're at your shows. You're out in public, and people see that. Okay, and the one thing about them, they have to put where they're at. They have to put their locations everywhere they're at, and that I say that's a setup. You're just setting yourself up for failure, because folks are going to show up. They're going to be waiting out in the wing in the shows, and once they see you, they're going to pounce. And some of these guys is well, not just guys, but some of these folks are bold enough to snatch your shit, and then they post it on social media.
Well, just get some fake jewelry. They're gonna be pissed. That look real. That's a smart thing to do.
That's the thing. I understand that. But some of these folks don't think that. They got to go out to, like Juan said, they got to go out and get the most expensive watch, get the most, the biggest diamond in there, whatnot. As long as it tells time, I mean, I don't care. I mean, I do have a Fitbit, but that was a gift from my mom's.
Now, did you guys talk about
so I can keep my tracks and stuff?
Y'all talk about jewelry. I know, I just took off real quick, but y'all talk about jewelry that appreciates and value. What did you guys talk about? Y'all talk about watches. What did y'all talk about? Who did anybody make a point that is
so
good?
I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that point right now. I'm gonna make that point for you right now, Mark.
So it's good to have gold. That's what you're saying. Invest in gold.
So no, not just gold. Palladium, which is known as PD, which is rarer than platinum.
PD.
And the reason you want to buy some of these watches and jewelry, and the reason they go for a certain price, say if you're able to buy a Palladium watch for like $2 or $3 grand, it's going to increase every year by 10% because how rare the metal is. Now the issue is individuals that have access to quick money, meaning athletes, entertainers, they take these metals and put diamonds in it, which depreciates
the value,
depreciate the product, which is bad because they think, okay, I just spent $100 grand on this watch. Well, they don't realize when they try to sell that watch, they're lucky if they could get 30% back of what they.
But you know what though? They should buy it in their business name and then take that depreciation and write it off on their income. Maybe they could do that too.
But they don't know that.
Yeah, but we all know.
Well, that's what this information is about. That's why we're talking about this stuff. Hopefully somebody hears this and finds out about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because these athletes, entertainers, they're inner city. Unfortunately, a lot of them are inner city kids. Don't have the right people around them, and all they see is, hey, I need to spend almost $1 million worth of jewelry, and God forbid I go broke and I try to sell it. Man, I'm lucky if I get 150, 200 grand back. That's when reality hits.
That's a down payment on an investment property.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm not with the gold rush. Let's put it that way. I think this is my views, and like I told you, I take notes and I share them with y'all. Y'all can share y'all notes. Y'all just gotta give them to me. But millionaires don't invest in gold, so why would I? Gold is a commodity like coal, corn, and sugar. It's that's what it's just like. I don't think gold is precious. Number 3, horrible rate of return. Number 4, gold is mostly used in jewelry, and jewelry is depreciated, like we just been talking about it. Best way to buy gold though is probably through stock. That's what I believe. But y'all can fight me in the comments or fight me now. But
that's what I said.
I don't think gold or jewelry is a good investment at all.
I beg to differ because there's some people that they buy it. They do use the stock. They trade the options. Stock is good. I didn't say it. I said that's the best way to buy it is in stock. Would you buy a gold bar and keep it for what? Where you putting your gold bar? If the price was right, heck yeah, somebody was desperate, man. And I could get it for pennies on the dollar. Hell yeah, but I wouldn't go wearing it and wouldn't let nobody know I had it.
Let me explain the reasoning behind the gold bars. So every government's dollars it's because of a gold bar. So if you was to have quote unquote a gold bar, the government will actually come to you and take it because you legally can't keep it. Because if everybody had a gold bar, the American dollar would be weak. It wouldn't be worth.
The American dollar, once we got off the gold standard, the American dollar became weak anyways.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't it like the gold? If you get a gold bar, it's like 99% or something. Why is it not 100% anyway? Like, why would I buy a 99% gold bar?
Because you still have to mix it with something to bind it. You need that 0.1% to help bind it solid.
That's that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, so
I want to question you on that.
And plus, the higher the purity of gold, the weaker softer it is, the softer it is. So that's why you have to mix it with a little bit of something. And usually it's in a cold storage area if it's like 99.99% pure because of that.
Yeah,
so then you have to store your gold and probably like pay a fee to store your gold.
Yeah.
Gold. I'm just saying,
or you can just store it yourself.
Well, you get a refrigerator, deep freeze, whatever you gotta get. But I get it. Like, but if your systems went down, why would you have a gold bar in your house? Like, why would you collect gold bars? Just give me that reason.
Well, it depends on some people's upbringing. Some people, maybe like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, a gentleman in California passed away. When it went into his garage, he had no family member, so the government took it. I'll get the article so you can link it. He had gold bars, silver bars. This gentleman's probably in his late 80s, and it seems like some of that gold bar and silver was also passed down from his parents and their parents. So it depends on the upbringing. Like, some people are stuck in their ways and don't want to change. You know what I mean? And if you trickle that down to your children, they're gonna think the same way. Like, well, you know, I can't trust a bank because say the depression. Maybe they were around during depression. Like, well, when this happened, man, I didn't have a pot to piss in, so I'm not trusting. Even now, you know, a lot of people do still have issues, you know, trusting the American bank or banks in general.
That's why they call it mattress money.
And you could liquidate that asset. You could sell it. There are people that will buy gold and silver. They'll buy it. If it's over a certain amount, you know, they're going to notify the government, but they will buy it and they'll pay you. You're not going to get as much money as you would for it, but they'll pay you for it. True.
And, you know, I think
that's generational wealth right there. That's family heirlooms. Because, you know, you got to remember a lot of this, like old, like, say for instance, like an old candlestick holder, right? That somebody got back in, you know, when they first came over to this country, or they got it during this Civil War when they were raiding homes and stuff. People pass that stuff down, you know, that becomes a family heirloom. And especially if it's from that era, that means it's higher in value, which is top dollar for it. That's why I like to watch that that roadside
show.
What's that roadside antique show? Yeah, I like to watch that because, you know, when I go to my grand, you know, hey, I love PBS. I go to my grandparents' home, or, you know, I go like to a great aunt or great uncle's home, and I see stuff that they have. You know, I ask about it. You know, how long you had that? Was that something, you know, something passed down from, you know, when our families were, you know, in, you know, slave days or whatnot? Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say I don't know. It was something my parents had, and I keep that as a memory of them, and I pass it on down, you know, down to the next generation.
But I think it's wise that we talk about.
I was big on that.
I think it's wise that we talk about jewelry because a lot of the younger generation get influenced from what they see on TV, and, you know, an artist, and we got to tell them, like, hey, it's not the diamond that's worth money. It's the metals. Pay attention to that. Just because that same person you see on TV pretending to be rich, you know, a lot of times, 9 out of 10 times, they don't have a pot to their name because they're so much in debt, and they're always, you know, playing catch up that, you know, we don't want our children to think that's a normal lifestyle to try to achieve.
The kids call it what? Drip now. You know,
Yeah,
bling bling or whatever we used to call it, whatever we call it, but they call it drip. You know, dripping diamonds, dripping clothes, your drip. I get it. I kind of like that saying. I'm kind of mad I was in that generation to have that word. But anyway, I let them have that. You know what I'm saying? But man, like diamond, like you said, diamonds depreciate, man, and they flood stuff with diamonds. Like you said, the metals are precious. There's certain things on earth that are precious, and those are the things you need to research and invest in. And that's why I was saying gold, not that much. I mean, it depends on the market. It depends on the time. It's got to be good timing to make money off gold. I wouldn't just collect it. That's all I'm saying. I just don't think it. I think stocks, real estate, REITs, certain things are just better money and better time for you to invest and make money. I don't think collecting gold or whatever is something that you should do. And maybe you know, you can prove me wrong, or maybe someone could prove me wrong. But like I said, millionaires, billionaires, they don't invest in gold unless it's probably stock.
I know someone that does.
Or they know something.
I know a lot of folks.
Or they know something.
But he older than me.
Yeah, dude.
But, you know, it depends, you know, because gold is being used now in a lot of equipment that's being used by NASA, sent out to space. And whether people realize or not, we are drying up in gold. So like, if you look at the past 10 years, you can see now that gold's really spiked for that reason. You know, that's why now when you go buy a jewelry, remember back in the day, 14, 18, 24, you know, reasonable. Now it's like, whoa, why is it so high? Because unfortunately the metal is running low, and it is sooner or later it's going to run out, and then it's going to be super high that only those who have it now could get rich, or their children and children, or those who could afford it. So it varies, you know, like you said, you just got to pay attention to the stock market. But right now it has spiked big time. especially during COVID because nobody could dig it out.
The thing about it is, I mean, the thing about it, okay, when they go out and buy this jewelry, right? I mean, or they go out and snatch this jewelry. Sometimes they try to go to these pawn shops or these jewelry. Well, in Boston we have jewelry exchange. You go there to try to sell it in order to get money. Those jewelers, they gyp the shit out of you for as far as the price on the gold. Or they'll tell you it's not real. Just to see if you're gonna leave it there with them. Next thing you know, an hour or two later, that same chain that that they told you was fake is on their display case, and the next person's up to buy it. I've seen that happen a couple of times, especially in downtown Boston, and it's crazy.
I can see that. Let's break down the gold jewelry theory, and then because it's coming down to the end of the show, then I got some solutions to get out of debt, so we can talk about that at the end. Let's talk about the gold. Let's continue with the gold thing. Get one.
Oh no! I was just agreeing, because we are coming down. Time's flying. Yep. So again, gold, it's a safe investment for right now. If you're going to invest in it, I wouldn't invest in it right now because it's pretty freaking high. If you could get your hands on some and finagle how to sell it without Uncle Sam getting his cut, great for you. Palladium right now is actually the best investment metal. Again, it's super rare, so good luck trying to get a piece of it. But if you know somebody who's digging it up or inside, try to get in that. Second will be platinum, gold will be third, silver, will be fourth. In that order, you want to invest. If you're going to invest, if you want stocks in it, but just pay attention to the prices. And especially during COVID, I wish I had stock in gold. The way it spiked, I would have dumped it so fast.
Oh yeah,
it's not about this. It's not about dumping, man. It's about being smart about it, man. Watching the market, man.
Listen, as the stock market people call it, dump it now, walk away, wait till it goes down, buy it again. Yeah. but I mean, the thing with the pump and dump, I mean, sometimes that could come back and bite you in the ass too.
Of course.
Because say for instance, at GameStop stock, man, the hedge fund, they was talking about it. Everybody went out, was buying it. I happen to have some on, that I had, prior to them talking about it. And let's just say that went towards the boys' education.
That's what's up. That's where it
went towards my kids' education. And it's something that I bought before my second son was born.
Beth, anything else on gold and jewelry? Because we're gonna shut it down with talking about solutions. Like we like to do. We like to do the sandwich, talk about some fun stuff, some good stuff. Break down the topic.
I wanted to say, I think they are good investments, but like Big Sexy over there said, you gotta be smart about it. But one thing we didn't talk about was cryptocurrency, blockchain, NFTs, and I really think when we talk about investing,
that's gonna be another show. When we do more investment shows and more things about passive income, will break down like a cryptocurrency thing, or we get into that. It's gotta be more.
That's gotta be its own show.
Yeah, it's gotta be it. Mm-hmm. Even longer than an hour, probably. But if you can stay, we're gonna do that in the near future. But what else you got, Beth, for the gold and jewelry? Anything? Any other good ideas or any good suggestions? Anything?
I mean, hey, if you don't want to actually have it physically, invest in the stocks, invest in the options, the precious metals. I second Big Sexy and think it is a good investment.
No, I think so too. And like I said, coming down to the end, we're gonna close it out. We first started with how'd you get in debt? What's going on with your debt? But we need to break down some solutions. And these are my solutions. Y'all can feed off them. Y'all can talk about them, or y'all can if you have your own, to speak on them. But first, set realistic goals, man. You gotta set goals, like real realistic goals. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna just don't make stuff up. You know yourself, you know your spending habits. Be realistic with your goals when you spend and do whatever. Number 2, spend challenge. Make spending challenge. Have fun with it. You know what I mean? Cut and reduce items. That I just cut cable. I don't need cable. I got all these apps, you know what I'm saying, that I use and got everything on it. You know what I mean?
Yep, me too.
Number three, declutter everything from your home and storage. Sell your stuff. Sell it. Maybe you might go on Facebook group or wherever they sell stuff, and sell your stuff, man. Sell your stuff in storage. You shouldn't be paying for storage, first of all. Everything has a place, but not in storage. You know what I'm saying? Number 4, save on transportation. You know, do you need a $1 million car? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Get a used car. Do whatever. Like this, or take a
Sell
bus
it
once in a
and
while.
take the T, or ride your bike,
or utilize, like we were talking last time, Bev. Utilize your car to make money. You know, you do stuff like that. Number 5, revisit budget monthly, or you can do it longer, every 3 months, whatever you want to do. But revisit your budget more than once a year. It's kind of like your credit score. You check it twice a year, maybe 3 times, 4 times a year. Check your. I would check your budget because it changes variously. You know what I'm saying? And you know, things might happen, things might be added, things might be deleted. And that's what you want, more deletions than anything else. But yes, you know, visit your budget and check it out. Make sure you're on track. Make sure nobody, make sure cable's not. If you got cable and you need it because you got 80 kids, make sure cable's not going up every month $20 and talk to them and cuss them out or something, or figure out why your bill's increasing. Talk to these people. Talk to these companies. Literally freeze your credit cards. I mean, yeah, put them in the freezer. Freeze them. Put them in a bucket of water. Freeze them. Yeah.
You cussing them out, man.
No, seriously. Number 7, debt advantage. No, I got to give you my opinions real quick. Debt advantage. Debt avalanche.
No, I understand.
Versus the snowball debt, right? So you know, you go pay the highest credit card off first, or you pay the lowest.
I thought it was the highest interest rate. You want to pay
interest rates or whatever. Yeah, exactly. It could be either or. And then you got 8. You got get a financial advisor, man. I really believe everyone should get a financial advisor. They're free usually in the beginning, and then you can probably use their service, and then they probably give you the whole plan, and then you just be out of there with the plan. I got 2 free plans. Number 9, talk money, teach money, make money, and share money. Yeah, Beth, you look like you're itching. Yeah.
I just want to say, I kind of have to be like with Susie Orman. You have to learn how to control yourself and control your money, because no one's going to care more about your money than you, unless it's somebody that gets a percentage, like a wealth manager, off of your profits. That's what I would say, because some people don't care. Sometimes people will sell you investments based off of the commissions they'll make instead of what's best for you. So you have to really do your research when it comes to a financial advisor. That's all.
That makes sense too. But that's why I was saying, yeah, that's good advice. But the financial advisors, they usually when I go to one, I usually use their free service, because you know the first service is free. They sit you down and they talk to you about everything. They break it down, then they give you a actual, you know, breakdown of what's going on, and they kind of give you the ideas of where to start. You really don't need them after that. But if you want to keep continuing using them, like you said, like Beth said,
it depends on what level you have.
Yeah, it depends on your level. Yeah,
talking about business, or are you talking about personal? Because some of these people
you got like
are used to dealing with W-2 people, and some of them are used to dealing with, you know, people that are making bank. I know someone, he don't want to talk to you unless you got 2 million. You know, so it depends on what level you're trying to get to and what level you're at.
Exactly. But I think in the beginning, even if you're broke, even when you're broke and you're getting out of debt, you're trying to get out of debt, you should sit down with a financial advisor. Pay the money. I don't think it's not a lot of money. Usually it's no money at all the first time. I think it's free services usually. I know I got 2 free services. Then I didn't really need them after that, because I did my own research. Then we can do our own research. We do these podcasts. We learn from each other. We learn from on YouTube. There's other channels, like you said, Ramsey, all these other people talk about money. We talk about money. So we need to bring more people to this channel so we can they can learn from us. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta keep learning and teaching, learn, teach, vice versa.
I also want to add to what you're adding. If you have a life partner, you need to sit down and talk with them too. See what their spending habits are. See how much impact, from my personal experience, the impact that it had on my financial burden.
You're right, Juan. Your mate, your person, like, and don't be scared to talk about money with your children. Tell your children, tell your mate, hey, I make $30,000 a year, whatever it is. Tell them. Yep. They need to know. And then if your child's going, hey, I want the new bike, you go, you don't only make $30,000. You know what I make? Like, don't even ask for it. Maybe they won't. They probably won't ask for it, because if they know what you're making, and hopefully,
tell them to start a business so they can make the money to make that bike. Let's teach our kids.
Of course, that too. Of course. How I'm saying, talk to your kids about money. Talk to your spouse about money. One has a great idea. Talk to people around you that you love, your circle, about money. If I have to, I'll tell Juan how much I make. If we in business, he goes, well, we need a new tent for something, whatever we doing. I'm going, dude, you know what I make? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
build your business credit, get you some net 30s and net 60s, and
then make more money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And you have more time, you know, you can access more capital that way.
And also, don't forget to educate your parents, because I'm actually educating mines now, you know, and they actually listening to a certain degree.
That's good, because you're going the other way instead of like going down. You're going the other way, teaching them things they didn't know. That's good advice, man.
Yeah, because you know, eventually as they get older, the burden of taking, it's not a burden, but it's going to fall on us as their children to watch them, you know, whatever time they have left on Earth, you know.
I agree.
Nah, we do that with my moms anyway.
Their life bills, you know what I mean?
My last words.
Yeah,
Beth,
we do that with my moms too.
You need to put your camera up more, Beth, because your face is cut off. But anyway, my last words: make money, passive income, or extra income off your skills. If you got entertainment, you can do that, or mental awareness of various topics. Meaning, like, if you're smart, figure it out, man. Make the attempt, and then share your success with us. Thanks in advance. But what do you guys got for your last words? I want y'all to promote. Y'all know how the show goes.
Well, Beth, I have nothing to promote, so go ahead, Beth. I'm sure you can see you ready. You ready? There she goes.
I would have to say, if you do have a 750 or above credit score and your utilization is less than 10%, you could be making some serious bank renting out your credit score to other people and create some passive income. Okay. You know, you could always holler at me if you want to learn more information about that.
Here we go. That's what's up. That's why I had this show. That's why I do this, man. We gotta make connections, good connections. We're gonna figure out how to get out of debt, how to stay out of debt, and how to make passive income so you can like wake up and go, oh, I got another $100,000 in the bank. That's what's up. Where should I go today? That's what we should be doing, and that's our mark. We want to be able to wake up and have money in the account, more money in the account than we had when we went to sleep. So that's my last words. Juan, Chuck, what y'all got, man? Promote. What's up? What y'all got?
I have nothing to promote right now, my brother.
Chuck?
Only thing I promote, man, hey, pick up a damn book and read it, man. Don't just don't go by what somebody else tells you. I'm serious, man. You know that saying, you know, the best way to keep something from a black person is to put it in a book. No, read, open your mind, ask questions. I mean, this is the new age. I mean, you have YouTube, you have other platforms where you can learn. The library's open now. Oh, pick up that book. Get on there and do your research, man. Don't just believe one person's words compared to, you know, which you can find yourself. And that's what I'm doing. So, read. Well,
you might want to promote your wife's jewelry line like I'm doing down in the comments, but yo, that's what, yeah, you want to promote that too. But if you guys don't got anything else, man, any other last words, man, let's get out of here. I know y'all want to watch some football. I'm not saying but the time might change, but if these guys are football fanatics, the time may change. Maybe earlier for Sunday, maybe another day. We'll see what happens. If it's still 6 on Sunday, you guys will be the first to know. What's going on? Anything else?
It's called Red Zone.
It's called what?
Say no against Prop 22
it's called Red Zone
in Massachusetts.
I'm sorry. I know Chuck was talking about Red Zone, meaning he can catch the games later. But Beth, you were saying what? I'm sorry. I cut you off.
Say no to Prop 22 clone in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
Clone? I mean cloning? Like cloning of what? Animals or what? Or babies?
No, Prop 22 is a law that stripped what little rights rideshare drivers had in California.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Drivers.
That's cool. Okay.
You know, got
Are you still driving for them?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't driven since March of 2020. So.
Yeah, I think I'm still under that. I used to drive for Uber and Lyft. I think I'm still under their, their radar. But I never really like discontinued. But I haven't drove since the need to, and I took the stickers off. I don't think I find myself. I'm glad for the opportunity to do Lyft and Uber, but I found other passive income streams like selling merch or like stocks and stocks and REITs, of course, and real estate and things of that nature. And then now weed. So I'm getting into the weed business, starting to grow some plants and figure it out, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I smoke, so meaning like I'm not selling it. I can save money on not buying it. So
there you go.
You do things like that.
Your own supply.
Hey, if you growing, you could. What are you talking about? So you don't buy it.
Down, dude. I'm messing with you, dude. You getting all bit out of shape, bro.
I'm trying to make this is a learning practice. This is a learning channel, man. It's like basically like it's like if you got a lot of Jordans, buy Jordan stock.
I feel you, man. Like I said, man. You know me.
You know.
Yeah, Nike stock. That's the one thing. That's the one thing I learned. I'm glad. I'm glad somebody spoke about it because I'm telling these kids this every day. Even when I'm on the train or if I happen to see somebody at the grocery store or at the Walgreens or wherever, I always stop them asking that same questions. You got the newest Jordans on, but how about you buy stock in Nike?
Yep.
And if you can't afford to buy the stock, like let's say Tesla or or Walmart or some of these other big corporations, look at the products and materials. You can buy, like if you can't afford to invest in solar, you could always quartz. Solar panels are made out of quartz. So you can invest in the materials that a lot of these things are made out of too, if you can't afford, a full stock. And sometimes now
or get the mutual fund.
You can buy partial stocks.
Get a mutual fund.
You can still buy your stock that you want, but you can do, like you said, a percentage of it, and then eventually get
dollar cost averaging.
Yeah, but I would start off. You can start off small. You don't have to start off buying like Sprint or whatever. Not Sprint. Sprint still. T-Mobile now, right? You don't have to start off buying T-Mobile stock because it might be more than you can afford. Start off with something lower maybe, and then eventually get up there when you started learning about investments in stock. But invest, do something. Just do something, man. That's it. That's
I started out with baseball and football cards, comic books. That's where I started out. Yeah, but because of Red.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah. That's a good investment.
He's the reason why I started with comic books and baseball cards and stuff like that. Hey, we have cards that are worth some serious money.
True.
Because we were smart.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here, man. Beth, last words, anything else, man? Thanks for coming on again. We really appreciate it. Got the knowledge. Oh Lord, here we go. Kicking the knowledge and stuff like that, man. So what you got for us, man, before you get out of here?
Invest in yourself. The best investments is in that mind and that brain of yours. Always be reading, even if it's through audio books. You can listen, YouTube University and Google. The information is out here and no one can take that away from you. The more you learn, they say, the more you earn.
Yeah, true. Facts.
Mom's always said, what you got upstairs, nobody can take from you.
Mm-hmm. What you got, Juanito? Close out the show.
I love reading.
We out of here like last year. It's almost time for my Bears to come on.
Here we go. Here go these Bears. My Giants, I don't even know if they won or not. I got to check.
The game starts out at 8, so they haven't played yet.
Okay,
fantasy football.
My boys won.
Do you watch football?
I know my boys won.
Not no more. No, I used to. I used to be a big
you start watching NFL period.
Nah, I stopped. Yeah, I might catch some highlights or something, but that's basically
it. Did you have a team before and you liked it and you was like?
Oh hell yeah! I was a Pats fan. Okay. I liked my Saints. And I like the Minnesota Vikings just because, their uniforms were like purple. That's like the lamest to like a team, but that's the reason why I like them.
There we go, fashion. Here go back to fashion.
No, there's a lot of folks that like the
Vikings. And the Giants. I like the Giants. Because of their colors.
The Vikings
are
the Giants.
Back on my team. You back on my team now, Beth. That's my team, the Giants. Okay.
No, but I'm just saying there's a lot of folks that love the team, love these teams because of the color. I know a girl that she loves the Vikings because they're purple. Same thing with the Ravens.
Another one
that's
now.
Nothing new.
And the Giants, before we had the Pats, we used to be Giants fans because that was the closest team to us.
You speak for yourself. You speak for yourself.
I was. Yeah,
I'm talking about old
that's
before
right.
the Pats.
That's the reason I'm a Giants fan.
Like I said, you speak for yourself. I'm not a Pats fan.
No. I'm not either.
I'm serious. I'm not a Pats fan.
All right, well, let's get out of here, my peoples. I gotta
All
get.
right, yo, we about to go
my
watch
game.
some games, man. It's time.
Ciao.
All right, Beth. See you later. One love.
Bye.
All right,
Thanks for
bye.
coming on. All right, guys, be out of here.
Yeah, we out of here like last year, baby.
All right, man. Yo, another great show, episode 47. Maybe we'll keep it light next week. And then maybe I don't know if we're gonna change the time or not, or change the day. We'll figure it out. We'll all get together. We'll figure it out. But if we keep it at 6,
Man, you just leave it the way it is, man. Tell you the truth, man.
Yeah. All right.
You can leave it the way it is.
We'll talk live off live. But all right, man. See y'all later, man. Hope y'all teams win.
Oh, there you go.
This dude.
All right, later.
This dude.
All right, yo. Peace out, man. We out here.